So right here I have the new Apple Watch Ultra 2 in the black satin titanium color. I'm never quite sure of the name. Is it black titanium or black satin titanium? Who knows? But this is the new colorway and I really do like how it looks. For the past 4 years, I've been using the Series 6 and I never felt like there was much reason to upgrade purely because all those upgrades are just incremental. They've all been very similar with minor spec bumps and incremental changes to the display. I feel like every year Apple just make the display a tiny bit bigger and then they call it a day. So when I saw the Ultra come out, I almost jumped on it, but honestly, I kind of just felt like Apple were going to bring out a black version, so I held back, and I'm glad I did because a couple years later, now we have the Ultra 2 in black, and this thing is awesome. Like, it looks beautiful. Yes, I have concerns about whether the black will actually wear off. Underneath, you have a raw titanium color, so once you start getting scratches on here that are deep enough, you're definitely going to see that silver color shining through. So I'm not looking forward to that. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But so far, I have actually knocked the watch on some walls, knocked it on some door handles, and so far so good. No black color has come off, there's no scratches on here, which is great. I definitely feel like they stepped up the level when it comes to the anodization process. And something I love about the black color is it's way more stealthy than the black color on the iPhone or on the MacBook. And one thing I always really dislike is that Apple never choose the same color twice. Every product is always slightly different, so when they're side by side, they never quite match, but I'm willing to put up with it. I really do like just how stealthy this is, and I'm glad they didn't go for a lighter color. Now, I picked up the Milanese Loop with my Apple Watch. I've been using the magnetic Milanese Loop on my Series 6 for years, and I've had no problem with it. This one is fairly different because the chains are thicker and chunkier, and you have a different clasp. So rather than the magnetic clasp, because this is a watch to be worn in rugged scenarios, it might come loose. So they put a physical clasp on here. It is adjustable, you just need to flip this switch up. You can go ahead and slide the clasp to get the right size. And there's these two switches to release it. It's really nice. It kind of reminds me of a seatbelt on a plane. But yeah, you just pull these two flaps and it unclasps. Super easy. I went for the large size purely because I wanted the buckle to be a little bit past the halfway point, because when you're typing on your computer, if the buckle's right underneath, it can be super inconvenient. But if you do want to pick up this new strap with your Apple Watch Ultra 2, you will have to pay an additional $100 USD. So far, I've been wearing this strap over the past month, and I've worn it in the gym, in the shower, I've worn it to sleep, and it's been very comfortable for me. A lot of people have complained about, their hairs on their arm getting stuck in it and it kind of hurting, but I haven't had that experience. I mean, I don't really have the hairiest arms, but yeah, it's been very comfortable and a lot lighter than I thought it would be. I also picked up a third-party strap from a brand called Aulumu. This is the A11 Mag Buckle Slim Band. It's made of a soft yet durable fabric material with a futuristic looking print. The strap is adjustable via Velcro, and the clasp is a solid metal magnetic system with hooks, so it self-aligns for a secure fit and is further reinforced with a small Velcro strap. It's pretty stylish and it's very comfortable, and I just really like the way it looks. At the heart of the Ultra 2 is the brand new S9 chip. It features a 64-bit dual-core processor and a 4-core neural engine. This chip powers several key features on the watch, such as offline Siri interactions, the double tap gesture, which uses advanced sensors to detect when you tap your thumb and index finger together twice. This can be used to select, open things, as well as scroll through various menus on your watch, but it can also be used to end timers and accept calls. In terms of the display, it is really beautiful. I'm used to the curved edges on the standard Apple Watch series, so having this new flat display is actually really nice. It does concern me a little bit because obviously those black titanium edges are the thing that are gonna make impact when you knock the watch, not the sapphire display. So yeah, it does give me a little bit anxiety in case that black does come off. But I guess the good thing is you have sapphire on this watch as standard, so it is gonna be more durable against scratches. But you have to take into account that sapphire is harder and technically more brittle, so it could technically still smash. An advantage on the Ultra 2 is you have a 3000 nit display, so it gets super bright whether you're outdoor in direct sunlight or you're in a bright room. It is super easy to see your watch face at all times. And the display is great. It feels really smooth, it has vibrant colors, It would be nice if they had slightly less bezels, so the only bezel was the titanium frame, but there is some bezel on the screen itself. In terms of battery life, you're looking at around 36 hours of use. I've worn this watch for a couple of days at a time and made it through both days no problem. Also, a thing I've never really used before is the sleep tracking, because I always found the battery life was never good enough on the standard Apple Watch. So now with the extra battery life on the Ultra, I feel very comfortable sleeping in this watch and knowing that I'm still going to get use for the next day. Unfortunately, you don't get the new fast charging, which is on the Series 10, but when you put it into low power mode, you're able to get a whopping 72 hours of battery life from this, so that is pretty impressive. Something brand new for me is the action button. Now I know it's not new for the Apple Watch Ultra, but considering that I've had the Series 6 for years now, I never had that extra button. I've had it on the iPhone and I found it fairly useful, like I use it sometimes, but it is way more useful on a watch. I use it to trigger my fitness workouts, so whenever I'm going outside for an outdoor walk, I can just press that button and it immediately starts a workout. I've never found the auto detect mode to work very well on the Apple Watch, and it always misses some of my workouts and then it's too late to start a workout by the time I realize. But you can configure the action button inside the settings, so you can use it to trigger not only fitness workouts, but you can start timers, trigger a flashlight, also trigger any Siri shortcuts you want, and you can even use it to activate the backtrack mode. So if you get lost, you can press that button and it will tell you the route in order to get back to your starting point. Something I love about the Ultra 2 is you get way more waterproofing than the standard series Apple Watch, so you can get up to 40 meters depth of waterproofing, which means you can bring this with you when you go scuba diving. It's also dust resistant and has a rating of IP6X. Honestly, it's super nice to have. I'm probably not going to be scuba diving anytime soon, but it just gives you that little bit extra reassurance. And it's also really convenient having the depth and altitude sensors. Inside this watch, you get dual band GPS, which is an absolute game changer. If you're running in crowded areas, it's way more accurate and there's no more zigzagging routes on your maps. It also works if you're in a very sparsely populated area. If you're in a new place that's never been explored before, it is going to be much more accurate. There's a couple of new apps on this watch which I haven't experienced before. The first one is the Vitals app. It gives you a daily breakdown of your health based on 5 key metrics, so you can quickly see if your heart rate is higher than usual or if you didn't get enough sleep. I also appreciate the Training Load app. It's great for fitness enthusiasts, offering insights into how hard you're working out and what that means for your recovery. And being an Ultra watch, there's some exclusive watch faces which you can only get on the Ultra series, and I am a really big fan of them. They're very rugged, very bright and colorful, and they have these big digital numbers on the clock face. And I think my favorite thing is you can add so many different complications to that watch face. So at a quick glance, you can almost see every piece of information you want to know. At its core, the Ultra 2 is essentially the same watch as last year. But obviously, the new colorway, it kind of makes it feel a little bit different, a little bit new. And to me, it is new because I'm moving from an older series watch. So my advice would be, if you're on like the standard Apple Watch Ultra, this might be a nice upgrade for those new features as well as the new color. Obviously, if you're already on the Ultra 2, there's kind of no point switching just for this new color change. But if you're on any other standard series watch, I would say the Ultra is definitely a huge upgrade and a completely different experience when it comes to a smartwatch. But obviously, it depends whether you like the whole rugged look. For me, I have very chunky wrists and I like the bigger, chunkier style watch, so it's a no-brainer for me. But obviously, if you want something more sleek that you can wear for smart occasions, then the standard Apple Watch might be a little bit more discreet and might look a little bit more premium. So yeah, let me know what you think about the Apple Watch Ultra 2 in this new Satin Black. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you reached it to the end of this video, please do leave a black heart in the comment section down below just to let me know. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.